In this video, I'll explain two main variations of the roulette corner bet strategies, the linear corners and the spiral corners, and I'll show you a way to alternate between them with the two types of spirals. This system allowed me to go from 100 to 150 euros in less than 8 minutes. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about corner bets at roulette, so make sure you stay with me until the end. Welcome to Ninja Gamblers, the ultimate destination for quality casino content. Here you can find the latest info and strategies for roulette, blackjack, poker, slots, and more. If you want to stay ahead of the game and be best equipped to try and beat the casinos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. In the link in the description of this video, you can also find a link to our Telegram channel where we share extra content that never makes it to YouTube. And you can also find a list of safe licensed casinos we recommend with free money bonuses that they offer. Alright guys, today we're going to talk about corner bets in roulette, with two main methods that are the basics of corner bet strategies in this great game. Learning the basics today will be essential to then move to more advanced corner bet systems, such as the exponential corner bets and the two-line roulette system. We will talk about them all in upcoming videos, so make sure to subscribe to never miss our content. As I'm currently in Europe, I will play in a European casino with euros, but obviously, this method can be played with any currency, dollars, pounds, euros, or anything else. Just make sure you're in a safe casino that is legal in your country. In fact, as usual, I must quickly warn you about playing in unlicensed online casinos, which can lead to legal and financial problems. Engaging in such casinos can be illegal in some places and may expose you to scams, rigged games, and loss of money. These casinos often operate from tax havens and can vanish, leaving you with no way to retrieve your funds. We strongly suggest that you only play in certified online casinos, licensed by reputable agencies. You'll find a list of safe and verified casinos in your country in the video description below, many of which offer free bonuses to new players. For a secure gaming experience, stick to these trustworthy brands. For our American friends out there, each US state has different regulations regarding what online casinos are legal and what are not, and some states only accept social casinos. For your peace of mind, in the link in the description, you can find what online casinos are legal in your state. Alright, let's get started. Here we are at our roulette table. First of all, I have a balance of 100 euros, so I will use 1 euro as my base bet, which allows for at least 4 doublings with this betting setup. I'm going to place 1 euro on a corner bet. This is a corner bet, which allows me to wager on the 4 numbers that form the square around the bet. We'll start with the linear ones, so we're going to bet on all the corners in a row, like this. There are 6 corner bets in a line, so I have bet a total of 6 euros. Since each corner bet can win me 9 euros, in simple terms, this setup allows me to win 3 euros in about 65% of the cases. I'll save this bet like this, naming it L for linear, as this roulette allows me to save bets. Let's spin. And we won a total of 9 euros, and therefore 3 euros of profit, putting me at a balance of 103 euros. Okay, now let's try the zig-zag corner betting method, also called the spiral method. You can start with the corner bet and then alternate opposite corners, one up and one down, creating a sort of spiral, a zigzag. In fact, it's the same configuration as a bet, 6 euros, and you can win 3 euros as profit in about 65% of the cases. Note that this is a downward spiral. As you can see, it starts from the bottom, goes up, comes back down, zigzags a bit, and ends up. We'll need to remember this for later. Let's spin. And we've won again. Great, we're at 106 euros. But I forgot to save the bet. Darn it. Well, I'll save it next time. Now, however, let's do the last alternative, the zigzag but with the spiral reversed. That is from top to bottom. As you can see, it's the same thing but in reverse. Let's save it before I forget. Let's call it S1. Let's spin. Won again. Now let's redo, starting from the linear bet, but we'll call it up from the favourites we just saved. What we are indeed doing in this session is alternating them all, one after the other, always changing our pattern. Okay, we lost. In case of a loss, we need to recover. As usual, there are 2 ways, the multiplied system and the doubling system. Today, we'll look at the simpler one, the doubling. So, as always, we're going to bet the money just lost, in this case €6, on the opposite colour to the one that just came up, black in this case. This gives us a 48% chance of recovering the lost amount by doubling it. If we lose again, we keep doubling until we win. Alright. In this round we won right off the bat, so we've recouped everything we lost earlier, and we're back to €109. Now, let's return to our base bet. But since we're alternating the various corner betting methods, we'll now do the zigzag method starting from the bottom. This time we'll also remember to save it. Won, but I forgot to save it again. Next round. Meanwhile, we select the top-down spiral. Won again. Let's call up the linear corners. Spin. And won again. Now we do the bottom-up zigzag corners. And this time, will I remember to save it? Alright, let's save it as S2. Ah, we've finally done it. Spin. Won. Good. Now let's call up the linear ones again. Won again. Now let's use the top-down spiral. Won. Let's call the bottom-up spiral. Lost. So we put €6 on red. Won. Recovered. So we continue with the linear ones. Won. Zigzag from the top. Lost, so €6 on black. Okay, this time lost again, so we'll double up once more, now €12 on black. This way, we're also recovering what we just lost. And we've won. The idea, as usual, is to double until we either win or hit our stop loss. As I continue, let me make a couple of observations. First of all, corners are a good starting system, meaning they allow you to win 65% of the time, but they're not as high as in the methods of the double street or 11 streets, where we're over 90%. So, is it theoretically worse? Well, no, because with streets we put €11 to win 12, only €1 of profit. Here we put 6 to win 9 and make a profit of €3. So, the greater profit potential is balanced with a higher initial risk. Then of course there's always the usual risk associated with doubling. That is, each doubling we can afford raises the probability of winning, but it never zeroes out. And so there's always the risk of going for more doublings than we can afford and end up with mega doublings to recover a few cents. Hence, it's really important to set a stop loss, maybe 4 doublings as I have done, in order to minimize losses should it ever happen. Using the exponential variation instead of doubling is in my opinion more interesting and less risky, although more complex to execute, especially for corners, which have a higher win on the bet made, allow for a much less exponential multiplication than the 6th line and street methods. So the opportunity is there and is very interesting in my opinion, and that's exactly what we'll discuss in the next video. I believe not the one coming out exactly next week, but the one after. So make sure to subscribe to the channel to see this variation. Meanwhile, I'll speed up the video and keep going until I reach a balance of €150. See you in a bit. Here we are folks, so about 8 minutes have passed since I started playing, and I've reached exactly €151, a total win of €51. As you can see, the winnings are slightly higher than average compared to similar methods like the 11 streets or the double streets method. This is because for each round we play, we are winning €3, not just 1 as in other cases. This partly is the pro of this method, or rather this group of methods. On the downside, as we've mentioned, the initial bet only has a 65% chance of winning, and in this case we use doubling, which has its risks that we've talked about before. And which works better, zigzag, linear, or alternating all three, including the 2 spiral variations? In reality, it doesn't change much. It's a personal preference. I like to alternate so as not to give an exact pattern for the algorithm to follow. It would even be better to randomly select what kind of corners, whether zigzag or linear or otherwise. So, what do you think about these simple corner bet strategies? I think they're really fun. But as I said, I believe using the exponential variation is much more interesting than doubling, in the case of the corner methods. So in the next roulette video, we're going to talk about the multiplied corner roulette methods. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I also remind you that in the link in the description, you can find a list of safe and certified online casinos in your country and in each US state. I recommend using certified casinos if you want peace of mind and to avoid scams, rigged games, or even playing in illegal casinos in your country and having trouble with the law. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, leave a comment and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you soon, ninjas.